Hi, I'm Zahra. I'm a life coach and a nutritionist, and I've been working with BMC for about a couple of months now. I'd just like to share my experience so far. Before I started with them, I felt confused. Yes, I had a very strong conviction about what I wanted to do, and I knew that this is what I want to do. I was sort of just going with the flow. I was already working with another coaching company, and I was just following whatever they were telling me. And they seemed to change their method every couple of weeks, and I was just going with that process. I felt nervous and scared, but I also felt quite sure in myself in the sense that this was something that I chose for myself and I was going to rely on myself to do that. And so mentally I was fully in it, but when it comes to the systems, I didn't have that much support. I was sort of starting to plan my offerings of what I was going to do, but it kept changing and it didn't really feel true to me and who I was. It felt very generic and it felt like I was underutilizing my talents. I also didn't really have that much clarity on my offerings in the first place. And I didn't really know what the right way to go about it was either. I didn't have any prospects, I didn't have any leads, and I was getting no engagement on my social media either. Now, halfway going through the program, I'm talking to prospects and leads every single day. I'm constantly having new conversations. I've got constant feedback from Jilliday supporting me through this process. And my appointment setter is working for me to gather these leads and gather these prospects every single day, which really takes away the hard work behind the process. I also have a tracker now, which I didn't have before, and I can track every single lead and at what stage they're at. I've got a specific strategy of how I'm going to reach my leads. Not only that, I've got clarity on my offerings. I know exactly what I'm offering, and it's still transforming day by day, but it feels true to me. Emotionally, I feel balanced and I feel calm, and I don't have that extra pressure and stress that I was feeling before I started with BMC due to a lack of clarity. I now know that I'm supported with people that are experienced in this. And I still have that inner spark pushing me forward, but it's not a negative pressure. I've also managed to book my first 2 calls today. This is the first time that I've ever done any sales calls. So that's another thing that I'm getting support with in terms of sales script and practice with that. So I feel a lot more confident knowing what I'm going to say once I jump on the call, and knowing that once I do finish the call, I can get feedback on the recording as well. When it comes to the systems of my business, there's a lot more structure. I have a CRM that I'm using now that I wasn't familiar with before, and it's got my email sequences just running on its own. So anytime someone books, it already confirms them and sends out an email at every trigger time when required. And it's keeping my booked leads warm. My social media content is another thing that I feel like I've gotten a lot of support through this process in. And I'm getting a lot more engagement in it. I'm getting support in the structure of my reels and where to post specific content as well. So I just wanted to share a win that I booked 2 calls today, and my conversations that I'm having with people, I'm getting to that step where I'm sending the link and they're booking the call. And that's happened only with the help of Jilliday and working with BMC. Before that, I was having no conversations with any prospects. I had no leads. I certainly wasn't booking any calls. And in terms of systems, I've also got a Facebook group that I'm actively engaging my leads in. I'm looking forward to continuing working with BMC and getting the support that they're offering me. So if you're a business owner who is not so clear on what you're offering, you maybe don't really have a specific system to get leads and find these leads and keep these leads warm and actually reach out to them, this is a great way to do it. BMC is going to support you all the way. Thanks BMC for the opportunity, and I look forward to continuing to work with you.